to Colonel Lieutenant Colonel Mlambo. Good morning to the Civilian Secretariat, Honorable Shembeni, Marekwa, Molekwa. Thank you. We know you have a number of other committees that you are attending. Good morning, Honorable Sheikh Imam. Thank you very much. The Deputy Minister's office is here, Honorable Patrain. Good morning, Honorable Madozi. The Civilian Secretariat, once more, honorable members, on behalf of the committee, I would like to convey our deepest and sincerest condolences to Honorable Majosi and her family. Honorable Majosi lost her grandmother. Thank you for joining us today, Honorable Majosi. May the soul of your departed grandmother rest in peace. She reached the humble age of 110 years old, though those are years of mercy. We wish the family peace and comfort during the period of loss and mourning. Honorable members, I believe that we are doing that on behalf of all the members of the committee. Would any of the members like to continue sending condolences messages, or do you accept that the chair has expressed our condolences?
Yeah, I accept that you covered us well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Blanche. Honorable members, that brings us to the adoption of the agenda. The Honorable Majosi thanks us and the committee, thanks the chairperson and the committee. Honorable Majosi, you convey the message from the committee to your family, please. Honorable members, the agenda is before you. We'll just include after the apologies, the opening remarks will not be there for long. I've already indicated that today we are looking at the committee budget reports, following on the votes and the public entity. And then after the apologies, we will look at the program for the oversight visits of this weekend. Do I have a proposal for the adoption of the agenda with those amendments to include the oversight visit program?
Sheikh Imam proposes.
Sheikh Imam proposes. Do I have a seconder?
A second, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Majosi seconds. Do I have the apologies formally, Babalwa?
Good morning, Chairperson. I received the apologies from the Office of the Minister. The Minister will not be able to attend the meeting today. He will be attending a cabinet meeting. I also received the apology from the Office of the Deputy Minister. He will be attending the SAPS Community Policing Indaba in Pretoria. I also received the apology from Dr. Hunewald and Rev Meshwa. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Babalwa. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Honorable Whitfield is in the waiting room. Has he been allowed in now? As Honorable Whitfield being allowed into the meeting?
Good morning. I'm trying to admit him, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Honorable Whitfield is trying. He is waiting. Could we just also get an indication when Honorable Whitfield is in the meeting? Honorable members, could we now flight the oversight visit program, please? While I'm waiting for the program, could I have an indication, Babalwa, of how many members will be part of the oversight visit? Honorable Majosi has tendered an apology. Could we have an indication of the number of members who will be on the visit? Honorable
Chair?
Madozi. Yes.
There will be 7 members.
Thank you very much. Honorable Majozi's apology is accepted and understood because of the family bereavement. Honorable members, there we have it. The 20th, we'll be doing we've added the SAPS, Kimberley Central Police Station. We also have the training facility at Three-Side Base, located in Kimberley. Please note that this is the first oversight visit to Kimberley, so the chair doesn't have a preference for her own constituency. The WIP has also
Recording in
requested
progress.
that we do visit the Central Firearm Registry, as well as the training colleges located in Pretoria. That will happen on the 21st of May. On Friday, we'll be in transit. Honorable members, could you indicate that whether you have received all your flight details? The travel agency and our different units at Parliament has been offline due to load shedding. So could you please bear with Mr. Lobby, Bawa, Nobisutu, as well as Nicolette? We have tried our utmost best to have all that information with you by today. We'll start at very early. We'll start at the Three-Side. We've worked out the routes, so that will take us a few minutes to get there. We'll have a briefing by SAPS and the SANDF. Honorable members, please remember that we are not there to have a committee meeting. The last time when we were in KZN during the unrest, we spent quite a lot of time with the different stakeholders, and we literally had a portfolio committee meeting running out of time. We do not want that to happen again. So these engagements do not constitute a portfolio committee meeting, but rather an oversight meeting. Our engagement with the trainees and trainees would be most important. Then we'll have the debriefing. I've also requested that we do include some, say, 15 minutes for the engagement with the media, because after these walkabouts, you normally have the media standing there, and then it eats into our time. We've been very meticulous about preparing the time and the program. I hope that the first page, that you are happy with the first page. We will depart from Three-Side to the Central Police Station. We are not going to have the community police forums there, but we've invited the national chair of the community police forums, who's based in Kimberley. Bawa, is that could we just after this meeting indicate if he has received that invitation? We'll then have to be in transit from Kimberley to Pretoria. That is the only flight. So I'm sure you understand that because of the flights, availability of flights, we have had to arrange the program. We'll overnight at the Sheraton Hotel in Pretoria, since the Central Firearm Registry would then be easily accessible from there. Breakfast and checkout is very early. Please, honorable members, we cannot wait for you because the program is very tight. We will travel from the Central Firearm Registry to the SAPS Training College. And then we'll have the debriefing and the closure. From there onwards, members would have different flights from OR Tambo International. Honorable members, I present the program of the oversight visit to you. Do you have any comments, amendments that you would like to make, additions? Honorable Whip? Honorable Whip, are there any amendments you would like to propose, additions you would like to propose? And then the members of the committee?
Chairperson,
I'm fine with the program, Chair. I'm
Thank you very
comfortable with
much.
the program.
The Honorable Whip proposes adoption. Honorable the Blanche, you had your hand up.
yeah, thank you, Chairperson. I'm happy I received all the program and my tickets and whatever. So I'm happy with the program also. Just one question. I requested, I'll travel to the airport in Cape Town myself, but I just want to know whether for the return flight, whether transport is arranged this side, because I have a problem getting back from the airport to Acacia Park again.
The staff, could we ensure that that is arranged? Welcome, Honorable Whitfield. We noted that you were struggling to log in. Welcome, Honorable Whitfield. Honorable members, we need to get your transport and accommodation sorted out to the finer detail. Each and every individual member could sort that out before we depart. Remember, the time would also be tight because a number of members will be attending house sittings on Friday morning. A number of us will be attending physically. We then have to take into account the time that we need to travel from Parliament to the airport. We have factored all that into our program. Honorable Whip proposed adoption and Honorable de Blanche second the adoption of the program. Honorable members, if you have any concerns, please do not hesitate to contact any of us. We'd like to sort out as many logistical concerns before we leave instead of running around when we are on the oversight visit. Thank you very much. Could we go back to the agenda now? We could remove the oversight program. We are back with the agenda now. Honorable members, we have the minutes of the 10th of May and then the 12th of May. We are now by the item of the adoption of the minutes. Could I have the minutes of the 10th of May? We have all received minutes well in advance. You would then indicate if you have any corrections or any additions. You can scroll up. The minutes of the 10th of May. Any corrections or additions? I haven't noted any hands. You could scroll. Next page, please. Honorable members, that takes care of the minutes. Do I have a proposal for adoption?
I propose, Chairperson.
Honorable Majosi proposes adoption. Do I have a seconder?
It's cause the Chairperson, I second the adoption.
Good morning, Honorable Koza. Thank you very much for seconding the
Good morning, Chair.
Good morning. That takes care of the first set of
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Koza, your network is a little bit unstable, but we understand the challenges that we all face. Could I have the second set of minutes? We now have the minutes of the 12th of May. The minutes were sent to you well in advance. This was the IPID APP annual performance plan. Any corrections? Honorable members, the meeting adjourned at 10:36. We have all the content. Do I have a proposal for the adoption of the minutes of last week, Friday? We still have the outstanding matter of the department's expansion strategy to the committee, and that we requested National Treasury to be there. We'll indicate to you when that will be on the agenda. The matters arising will be attended to. Do I have a proposal for the adoption of the minutes? Do we have a proposal for the adoption of the minutes? Members who were in
I
Friday's
move,
meeting.
Chair.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Whip moves for the adoption. Do I have a seconder? Honorable members who were in Friday's meeting, do I have a seconder?
Chairperson, I second.
Thank you, Honorable Tablanche. We have a seconder. We're going back to our agenda now. We now have the reports, our budget reports. Back to the agenda. We'll first look at the budget report on vote 28, the South African Police Service. First vote 28, then vote 21, then we do vote 24, and then we do SIRA. Do you accept that we do those budgets in that order? And then we do the oversight visit report. Could you now flight the SAPS committee budget report, please? We received a number of emails with all these reports. Members have studied those reports. The SAPS report is quite long. Honorable members, if you have noted all your corrections and your additions. Honorable Whitfield, you've noted all your corrections and your additions. Honorable Whip. Nicolette and Babawa, could we flight that report, please? We now have the draft report of the Portfolio Committee 2023-24 Budget Vote 28, the annual performance plan of the South African Police Service. It was done on the 17th of May. You can scroll up. Honorable members, I will note your hands. The team did a very good job. Civilian Secretariat, would you mute your mic, please? Thank you very much. Honorable members, we have a very good, we have really done I would like to commend the team for the work they have done. They have worked tirelessly on presenting us with a very good report. We have checked the report. We have done a number of corrections. We've edited the report. If we have missed anything, corrections, spelling of names, please, people, this report will be ATC'd. It will be there as part of the records of Parliament. So if anything you said was not included, could you please include it? If we missed anything, we did a very, very thorough report. Honorable members, could you stop? Just go down again, please. Those were the different programs. Program 1, Program 2, Program 3, Program 4, and Program 5. Did all our units receive the report? Civilian Secretariat, did you receive all the reports? Deputy Minister's Office, we sent all the reports to you. Program 1, Performance Targets, Performance Indicators, the budget allocation, visible policing, interventions and border security sub-program, please stop us if we are going to fast. Performance indicators, performance targets, crime investigation, kindly indicate if we are moving too fast. We sent you have this report with you for more than a week now. So all the members had ample opportunity to study the report and indicate whether we have omitted any critical comments, engagements. Once more, honorable members, we have a very small team. I had a meeting with the chair of chairs yesterday to highlight the challenges which we face as a committee. Our content advisor, Dr. Kinnis, left. He received a promotion as an academic, which we encouraged and really welcomed. But that meant that Nicolette was then the researcher and the content advisor. She was promoted as from the researcher to the content advisor, but she's now still doing the work of the researcher. That means that she has been doing
Recording stopped.
2 people since Dr. Kinnis left, and this places tremendous stress on her as an individual. We then do work overnight, weekends. You would have noticed that we are working over weekends. We are working over public holidays. The workload is really, really enormous. I would like to say that the team, Nicolette, Papawa, and Nobisutu, they work without complaining, and they are really a team that we can appreciate as a committee. The committee observations, the JCPS Cluster Cooperation, the security clearance of the National Commissioner, the recruitment. If we have missed anything, I repeat. The promotions. Shembeni, please indicate if we missed something. The conditions of service, allowance and salaries. The reservists. The organizational structure. The community police forums. The forensic science laboratories. The accommodation
Recording in
and safety
progress.
of police officers. The firearm management and the central firearm registry. Crime statistics. Oh, Nicolette, just stop there. The crime statistics, the release of the crime statistics has been delayed. We'll give you the final date of those crime statistics. The third party dependencies, compliance to taking of the buccal samples, infrastructure projects, the decline in detective rate, the Border Management Agency, crime intelligence, the 10111 call centers, our concerns, early identification of criminal behavior, remuneration of the DPCI, the national head and the provincial heads, revised remuneration, the Judicial Commissioner of Inquiry. We have to, could you just pause there, Nicolette? We have to schedule the meeting of the committee on the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture. Babawa and Nicolette, could we prioritize that portfolio committee as well, please? Money laundering. The capacity of the DPCI, the engagements with unions and stakeholders, the recommendations. Kindly please ensure that the recommendations have been captured. 1, 2, recommendation 2, 3. Honorable members, if your recommendations have not been captured, kindly highlight that. 4, 5, 6, recommendations 7 and 8. Seven point two. The Human Rights Commission also indicated that they would be completing their report on the July 2021 civil unrest. It has taken them quite some time to do that. Then the conclusion. Oh my goodness. Could you just go down? Yes, that is fine. Nicolette, do you say the Deputy National Minister or do you just say the Deputy Minister? Thank you. Portfolio Committee. First, those who support the budget. and those who reserve their rights? Could I first have a proposal for the adoption of the report? And then the parties who reserve their rights? The report is there for your consideration. Could I first have, are you proposing corrections, Honorable Tablanche?
Chairperson, no, I want to mention that we reserve our rights.
Could we first have a proposal for the adoption and then the reserving of the rights? Do I have a proposal for adoption?
Second that, Chairperson.
Honorable Molekwa proposes adoption. Do we have a seconder? Molekwa proposes adoption. Do I have a seconder? Honorable members, I'm waiting for a
Seconded,
second.
Chair.
The Honorable Whip seconds. Do I now have the political parties who'd like to reserve their rights? The DA has reserved its rights. Honorable Koza and Shembeni.
Thank you, Chairperson. We would like to reserve our rights at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. Any other political party? Is Honorable Shaky Imam still here? Honorable Majosi? All right, the report is then adopted with the rights reserved by the DA and the EFF. That takes us to the vote 28, the
I
budget.
approve the report, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Majosi. Proposes adoption as well. Sheikh Imam, do you reserve your rights? Honorable Sheikh Imam is back. We'll ask Honorable Sheikh Imam if he reserves his rights later again. That takes care of budget vote 28. Could I now have budget vote 21, please? Could I please have budget vote 21? Could we give our team an opportunity to flight budget vote 21? I request that you please be patient. Honorable members, the reports have really been done in a very professional manner. Even though I have to say so myself, I really do appreciate the professional manner in which these reports have been compiled. Babawa and Nicolette, you are really taking our work to a very good standard. It's very good to move towards the end of our term with such excellent work. The draft, Honorable Whip, we appreciate the input which you have made, the corrections which you have made on the programs and all our work. The team of the National Minister, Civilian Secretariat, the National Commissioner for our management meetings, we are assisted quite extensively by our Whip. The introduction, budget vote of the Civilian Secretariat, the strategic overview, progress, drafting legislation. We can move. That page, is that page numbered? Do we have the numbering correctly? All right, ensure that we have the numbering. Can move, scroll up. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Ten,
Recording stopped.
12, page 12,
Recording in progress.
13, page 14, fifteen, 16. Honorable members, again, we would like to capture all the comments you have made, as well as the recommendations you made. Twenty, the observations, quickly, the vacancies, the community police forums. Go down, please, Nicolette. The department indicated no, you could go to where the community forums. The fact that the delay in amending the South African Police Service Act had a significant, not a significantly, had a significant adverse effect. Thank you. Impact of the department, the mandate, the delay in drafting legislation, the court rulings, the recommendations, A, B. Honorable members, again, I would like to capture all your recommendations. C, the conclusion. The report is presented to you for consideration before you reserve your rights. Do I have a proposal for the adoption of the report? Propose
Thank you,
adoption.
Chairperson. I move for the adoption of the report.
Thank you, Honorable Malekwa. Do I have a seconder? Do I have a seconder? Someone who was in that meeting? Do I have a seconder? Honorable Molekwa, you can mute your mic now. Honorable members, I'm still looking for a seconder, or else this report will not be adopted. Honorable Siabi,
Yes, Chair.
are you seconding?
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Whip. The report is adopted. Do I have those who reserve their rights? I'll take those who reserve their rights now. Honorable Tablanche.
The dear reserve, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Tablanche. Honorable Koza.
Chairperson, as the EFF, we want to reserve our rights at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. Honorable Sheikh Imam.
Chairperson, or the NFP has no objection to the report. Thank you.
NFP supports the report. Honorable Majosi.
I support Chairperson.
The IFP supports the bill. The report. That takes care of the report of budget vote 21. Budget vote 21 is adopted. We are now going to budget vote 24. The report of budget vote 24. Budget vote 24. This takes us to the annual performance plan of the Independent Police Directorate, IPID. We did this on the 17th of May. Honorable members, could those who were on the oversight visit to KZN and Eastern Cape, could you please make sure that you're also ready with that oversight visit report? We are on page 2. We are now going to page 3. Page 3. Kindly stop me if you have any additions, corrections. We are now completing page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 8. Page 8. 9. 10. Page 10.
Recording stopped.
That takes care of page 12. Page 14. 16, 17,
Recording in progress.
18, the observations, the backlogging cases. 18, the collaboration with provincial community safety departments, the budget allocation and personnel expenditure, the target for NPA prosecutions, the performance indicators, the complaints that fall outside the mandate of IPID, Kumwati shooting, clarity and progress. The department requested an opportunity to respond in writing. Can we ensure that that response is given to the Honorable Shembeni? This discontinuation of targets on disclosures. Go back, please.
Chair.
Yes.
Sorry, my apologies, my gadget froze for some time. I wanted to check on this one. Good morning, Chair and members on the platform. On this one of
Morning, Honorable
Komati
Marekwa.
shooting, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. The shooting incident, is it
Kumati
gonna?
shooting.
Yeah. Are we gonna, before submitting or finalizing, gonna have the response also included, or how are we going to know about the response on this matter?
Honorable members, to facilitate the adoption of the report, we have included that the department requested an opportunity to respond in writing to provide details of the incident, which then allows the department to provide the response even after the adoption of the report. But before we do take it to Parliament next week, Tuesday, so we can adopt it today with the provisor that the department responds in writing. Could we follow up that, please, Nicolette and Babalwa? But the adoption of the report does not depend on this, as long as we indicate that there needs to be a response in writing. Do you
Okay,
agree
thanks,
to this,
Chair.
Marekwa? Honorable Marekwa, are you in agreement?
No, it's fine, Chair. It's fine. Thanks. I'm okay. Thanks.
Thank you very much. We'll ensure that the response is given. The satellite offices, the state attorney office, the morale, the capacity of IPID, the IPID Amendment Bill, the recommendations A, B, C, D, E, F, the conclusion. The committee supports the budget of IPID. The report is before the committee for consideration. Do I have a proposal for the adoption of the IPID report before we take the rights of members and political parties, the right of members to be reserved? Budget vote 24 is presented to the committee with a proviso that the written response on the shooting incident.
I propose to.
Honorable Siabi proposes adoption. Do we have a seconder?
Second, Chair.
Honorable Marekwa seconds. Honorable members, those who would like to reserve their rights. Honorable Tablanche.
The DA chairperson, yes.
DA reserves its rights. Honorable Koza. DA. Honorable Koza. Shembeni. Honorable Shembeni or Honorable Koza.
Yeah, sorry, Chairperson. I have connectivity issues. The EFF would like to reserve its right at the moment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. That's why I also called on Honorable Shembeni. I noted earlier that you have connectivity problems, that you have network problems. So please forgive me if I call Honorable Shembeni after I've called you. This is only because I know that you have network problems.
No, I understand, Chair. Don't worry. If you can't find me, you can bring him on
I'll
board.
call
No
on
problem.
Shembeni.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other political party reserving its rights? If not, the report is then adopted. The report is adopted and will be presented in the House. I'm now going to the CERA, the presentation on CERA. Let's give our team an opportunity to flight the report of CERA. Private Security Industry Regulator, the strategic plan, the budget APP, and the 2020-2025 stress plan, page 1. The structure of the report, page 2. Executive summary, page 2. Page 3. Page 4. We now with 4. Page 4, we're going to page 5. Private Security Industry Levies Act. The overall budget. Page 8. Program 1. Program 1. Page 11. Program 2. 12. Page 12. Program 3. Page 13. The changes in operational expenditure. Program 4. Page 14. Performance indicators and targets. Administration. Subprograms. Page 16. 17. Program 3, page 18. Page 19. Program 4, committee observations. Page 20. Removal of performance indicator, gender equality, conditions of employment. 21. Deregistered businesses, firearms, Central Firearm Registry, the review of the database, the Komatipur protest case. There was a better response which we got from SIRA. The recommendations, 1, 2, I put before you recommendation 2, 3, I put before you recommendation 3, 4, recommendation 5, 6, recommendation 7, the conclusion. We are now with the consideration of the report. Nicolette, we cannot just have a blank page and consider the report. Please indicate what we are considering and adopting. We cannot just have one page where we reserve our rights and consider the report. Could you please indicate on the last page what we are adopting? Before you reserve the rights, just indicate what we are adopting. The SIRA budget. Thank you. Yes, thank you. The proposal for the report to be adopted, I propose to the committee. Do I have a proposal for the adoption
Honorable Chairperson,
of the SIRA? Yes, Honorable Majosi.
I move for the adoption of the report. And also
Honorable
state
Majosi.
that I am here at Acacia Park now at 10. I think there's load shedding from 10 to 12. So if maybe you, yeah, my network, it's not on, then you please be alert of that.
Thank
But
you
I
very
move
much.
for the adoption of the report.
You move. Thank you. Honorable Majosi moves for adoption. Do I have a seconder?
Chair,
Second.
I second, Chair.
Honorable Patrain, Honorable Patrain, you were in that meeting.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much. The report is seconded by Honorable Patrain. Do we have those who reserve their rights? Honorable Tablanche,
Yes, Chairperson, thank you.
the D reserves its rights. Honorable Koza, Honorable Koza.
Chairperson, we reserve our right. Thank you.
EFF reserves its rights. Any
Yes,
other political
Chair, we
party?
reserve our right. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. It is noted. The report on the SIRA 2023-2024 budget and APP is thus approved. It takes us then to the next item on the agenda, which is the report on the oversight visit. The report on the oversight visit. Page 1, you can scroll up. Thanks to Nicolette or the host for unmuting me. The delegation, members of the committee, are all your names there? Apologies. Honorable members, the chair apologized for the leg of KZN. Could you please indicate that? Certain members who attended KZN but did not attend Eastern Cape, and vice versa. So could we also indicate which members attended KZN and which members attended Eastern Cape? Because certain members apologized. Chairperson apologized there. The support staff, the acting chairperson in KZN was the Honorable Siabi. The SAP's presentation. Honorable members, please note that these presentations will not be that long. Nicolette, could we also circulate the report which we received from the Central Firearm Registry? It was a very good report. Could we, the quarterly report on the Central Firearm Registry, could that be distributed to the members ahead of this weekend's oversight visit? It's a very good report. Page 2, page 3. Page 3. Eastern Cape. The site visit. The engagements with the police forums. We had a very good engagement with the CPFs. The police stations. The committee deliberations. Nine. 13, 15. All your observations. If your observations are not there. Page 6. The responses.
More that premium, more diesel can in fact be used, more power can be generated from those CGTs, and therefore possibly a level of load shedding.
My apologies, members. That's my lights that just came on. The responses. Please, honorable members, I was not in watching television. I just had my load shedding just ended, so that's what my television you heard in the background. Apologies. Page 9. Page 10. The information requested. Do we have an indication if that information was sent? Nicolette? Do we have a response from SAPS?
Chairperson, I don't think that we have actually received it, but I'll just check again and follow up with them.
We need to remind them that they need to send us responses. If those responses are not sent, it will remain with us. Civilian Secretariat and Nicolette, but it was requested from the Civilian Secretariat that we list, and we have a matrix where we list the items for what we have recommended, what we have requested, and then to indicate red lights, flash points where there's no responses. Amber, there where we have insufficient responses, and green where we have received effective and efficient and accurate responses. Civilian Secretariat, could you please assist us with that matrix? We cannot expect the staff of the committee to do all of this.
Noted, Chair. Once we receive the reports, we will assist.
Thank you very much, Itumele. The report is presented to the committee for adoption and consideration. Those who were on both visits to KZN and to Eastern Cape, could you propose adoption?
Sheikh Imam proposes, Chair. Sheikh Imam proposes.
Sheikh Imam proposes adoption. Do I have a seconder?
Chairperson, it's Koza. I second the adoption. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Koza, who seconds the adoption.
My hand is up, Chair.
Honorable Marekwa, my apologies for not seeing your hand.
Thank
Honorable
you, Chair.
Marekwa.
Thank you, Chair. Since the document has been moved and seconded, I was of the view, Chair, that when you look into the deliberations and the recommendations, and at the end, is it going to be a lot of work when we ask that let them, the office take out those that are falling under KZN and put them there so that we have a KZN report with its deliberations and conclusion, recommendations and conclusion, and then, or maybe have one conclusion but separate Eastern Cape issues from KZN issues, that it doesn't make them look so long in the report, so that when you read KZN you finalize it and then go to Eastern Cape report. That was my input, Chair. I hope it can assist.
Thank you very much, Honorable Marekwa. That is a very good suggestion. We'll do so immediately. The recommendations will do so immediately. That is not a problem. Before you will separate the recommendations of KZN and Eastern Cape, Honorable
Recording
Marekwa, that will
stopped.
be done. And the report is then...
Recording in progress.
The report is then adopted. Honorable members, in conclusion, before we end the meeting, we have received a number of complaints again from Ms. Mary de Haas. She has also complained about the committee. Honorable de Blanche, I have noted your hand. She has also sent complaints about the committee to the chair of chairs and to the speaker. You would note that Ms. de Haas was given an opportunity to address the committee as well as Ms. Mashele, even though their petition was not completed. We indicated that we will assist them with their petition and that we would give them another opportunity. I think the committee has been very, very patient with Mr. Haas and Mashele and a number of other complainants. We do attempt to respond to complainants. If any member has any letters which have not been responded to, please feel welcome to indicate to the chairperson if this is the case. I really would not want us to leave this committee with too many unresolved matters. We have gone out of our way to assist Ms. Mary de Haas and Mashele and others. Honorable De Blanche, I've noted your hand, and then Honorable Shimbeni.
Chairperson, thank you. No, I just wanted to say that once again, we are reserving our rights even on this report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable De Blanche. My apologies for not asking you if you reserve your rights on the report. Honorable Shembeni.
Yes, thank you, Chair, and good morning, everybody. Chairperson, I just want to ask the Chair a question from the Chairperson's last remarks on the questions asked to the SAPS, and they all answered because I remember the Chairperson stating that we are not going to approve the budget for the SAPS if they don't answer to all your questions that were there. Are they all answered? Thank you.
Honorable Shembeni, we had an engagement with the Honorable Minister, the Deputy Minister, the National Commissioner, the Civilian Secretariat, and other members of SAPS to engage with all the outstanding matters. The meeting was very fruitful, and we've satisfied ourselves that whatever we couldn't address with the current budget, we would in fact look at it in future. We will also engage with the Minister of Finance and indicated that there were certain concerns which the committee raised, especially about the IPID budget. The Minister of Police and the Minister of Finance agreed with those observations. The Minister of Finance also indicated that he would attend to the concerns which we had raised as the committee. Honorable Majosi.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I'm partly covered by what Honorable Shembeni has said in terms of the responses from SAPS. But also, as you had said, that we must forward all the names. I was on that one, Chairperson, that I'm not sure if you did count Mate, but I have received an email and I've just forwarded it to you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Majosi. Honorable members, do you have any further outstanding matters which you'd like to raise? Next week, Tuesday, we'll be doing the budget votes of vote 28, 21, and 24, and SIRA. If there's information which you request, kindly please feel free to do so. Honorable members, does that please you, that if you require information, we'll assist you with getting that information for your budget speeches? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair.
We'll offer that assistance and we'll go out of our way to assist you. Honorable members, if you do not have any further questions and comments, Honorable Whip, before I do close, do you have any additions? Honorable Whip?
No addition, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Whip. Honorable members, that takes care of the business of today. Our meeting is now adjourned. Once more again, can it be noted in our minutes that the chairperson and the committee thanked our support staff, Nicolette Pabawa, Nobesutu, for the professional work they've done and the fact that they've gone the extra mile to ensure that all our reports were sent to us well in advance. The committee members thank our staff and appreciate the work that they have done. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
See you
Chair.
the weekend. See you over the weekend, Friday in Kimberley. Bye.
Unfortunately.
Yes, Honorable Majosi,
See you on Friday.
receive your apology. Thank you, members.
Recording